hello, I'm Sasha. I'm 14, turning 15 this year. This is the second day of camp, and why I decided to come here at the beginning. It was a pretty last-minute decision, but I've always been a sort of person who wasn't open-minded, very straightforward in my thinking. And I think that was partly due to the fact that I've never had much exposure to nature. I've never had any use of skills, tactical skills. So I thought that going to camp in more uncomfortable conditions would help me be more open-minded.
What was your biggest fear before you come?
I'm not able to speak Russian very well, and I was scared that the children and the mentors here won't be able to communicate with me easily. But actually it was quite the opposite. People were very friendly, very open. And the mentors can speak English very well. The children, some of them can speak English very well. Others, even though they can't speak English, they get help from those who can speak English, and it all went very well. I can speak to people smoothly, and my Russian improved, so.
What was the worst thing here?
The worst thing, two things actually. First thing, waking up in the morning is terrible. Waking up in the morning is the toughest thing for me to do. And there was one day when the waves were horrible, and I think it was our second day. The waves all of a sudden became huge, and I hadn't learned how to row properly yet, so it was a challenge. But I've overcome this. Yesterday we had waves again. Actually, I feel those waves were bigger than the one on the second day, and I think I rowed much better than I did on the second day. So that's good.
What was the highlight of this trip for you?
There was one day when we sat around the fire. It was so cold that day, but we sat around the fire. Dan was playing music on his guitar, and no one said anything, but there was this sense of togetherness that we all had. It was warm. Everything was wonderful. I forgot about all my troubles. It's just a moment of peace. So that was wonderful.
For what kind of people it could be useful, in your opinion?
Mainly, I'd say people who have a fear of discomfort, or people who just in general don't have that much of exposure to nature, because I myself have a huge fear of discomfort. I hate when things are wet, when I have to walk through cobwebs, when I get cuts in my hands and all. But I think I've overcome this fear now, and hopefully when I go back to Singapore, whatever skills I've learned on this trip, I will be able to apply them.
What have you learned?
Tactical skills, and also I said earlier that I wanted to come here to learn how to be more open-minded. I think I've somehow achieved that through just through reflection. Nature gives you an opportunity to reflect on yourself, and there's a lot of pockets of time when you just have time to sit down and think about where you are in life, what you want to do in life, and so on. So in Singapore, I don't really have that kind of chance. I'm always doing things caught in life, and I never have time to think about myself. But this trip really allowed me to reflect, so.
Will you come back to such kind of expedition?
Okay, of course I would, but I'd say there are some points of time when I think, oh my goodness, this is terrible. I'm never gonna do this ever again. But then there are these wonderful moments in time when I think I could live in the wild. So I think yes, I could come back here again. I just have to focus on everything bright and positive, and yes, I would definitely go on such an expedition again.
Thank you. You are brilliant.